What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I'm back with my next top 5 from every year I've been alive. We are up to 2000. This was a interesting year. There was, we got a lot of different genres, and this list for mine is pretty mixed. I wouldn't put any of these like in the same exact genre. When I was going through what came out in 2000, I was like, okay, there was a good amount of movies that I like. These are easily my favorite ones, and I love all these movies. I'm going to let you know my list. Before I do, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not already, hit the bell icon, and make sure you leave me a thumbs up. And you already know, I want to know your favorites from the year 2000 down in the comments. Give me your top 5. All right, starting with number 5, an action movie and a remake at that. Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie. Of course, I'm talking about Gone in 60 Seconds. Still a fun movie. I really enjoy it. Great cast, by the way, like Delroy Lindo in this. Robert Duvall is in this. Fun movie. Still holds up to this day. I still enjoy watching it. The good thing with it is, it's all like practical stuff. It's not reliant on like CGI or dated CGI, so it's still easy to watch. It's just far better than the original. I know me and Alex, we watched the original for the channel, and I did not like that movie. This one is far superior. So one of the rare remakes that is not just better than the original, but way better. I know that one had like the car chases and a lot of the practical effects as well, but this movie's extremely better. All right, next up is going to be a horror movie, and that is going to be Final Destination, a movie that kicked off a franchise that I quite like. I really only dislike one of the movies. I like the other 4 that exist. I know there's a new one coming out this year, so pretty timely, but yeah, Final Destination, another Devon Sawa movie. Of course, he was in Idle Hands on my last list. This was when he was at his peak, 99, 2000, around that time. Oh, you got Ali Larter in there, Sean William Scott, great deaths, great premise, different, kind of like a slasher movie with an invisible slasher. I think it works. I think it works a lot, and I love that movie. I think it's quite good. All right, next up, we're going with a historical epic. Now, this, again, favorite and best, 2 different things. This is probably the best movie from 2000 that's here, but I like 2 other ones better. And that is going to be Gladiator, of course. Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott, a great film, an epic. Joaquin Phoenix, fantastic in that movie as well. I don't really have too much to add. I mean, if you've seen Gladiator, it's amazing. Great score. Hans Zimmer score, everything about it is just fantastic. Deserved all the praise it got, deserved the Oscars, everything. That's my number 3, though. So my number 2, and this is a movie that I went to see this in the theater as well with my family, and I grew up with the cartoon. I'm not a big comic book reader, but I love comic book properties. So cartoons, movies, TV shows, whatever. And I love this cartoon when I was a kid. Video games, action figures. I had them. I had a million of them. And so when it came out, I was like, on the big screen, I remember it was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome seeing these characters. Of course, I'm talking about X-Men, the original X-Men. Now, it's not my favorite X-Men movie, and my favorite one will be on a list later when it comes out. But the first X-Men, I still really enjoy. And just as seeing that 13 years old in the movie theater, I couldn't even believe it. Now, sure, okay, the costumes, I even didn't love them back then. I was like, why are they wearing all black leather? But that's beside the point. I love that movie. It's great. But my number 1, and this is probably in my top, if not my top 10, at least my top 15 favorite movies of all time. I saw this for the first time when I was in high school, so I didn't see it the year it came out. And I instantly felt like, I remember we watched it in English class, and I was like, everyone else is, when you watch movies in school, a lot of times kids are talking or whatever. I was like locked in. I was like, this movie's great. What y'all shut up. It's fantastic. And that is Denzel Washington, Remember the Titans. I mean, one of the best sports movies ever made. My favorite sports movie ever made. Denzel's amazing in it. Will Patton, amazing. Just a great cast. It has to deal with race issues and camaraderie and sports. The football's great. The story's great. I mean, just one of the best sports movies ever, and easily my favorite from the year 2000. So those are my top 5 from the year 2000. Gone in 60 Seconds, Final Destination, Gladiator, X-Men. Remember Times, you got some horror, some action, some historical epic. You got a comic book film, and a sports drama. So that's my top 5. I want to know your top 5 down below. Let me know. And I will be back next week with my top 5 from 2001. Until then, take it easy.